What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. We're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin. A lot of people have also been asking about the silver and the gold charts I've been posting. I haven't done it in a while. I've been trying to keep these videos kind of short, so I'm going to zip through all of them. We're going to start out with the weekly chart, and of course, the Amazon compared to Bitcoin still seems to be playing out beautifully. I'm only going to show you one thing on that. Then we're going to move on down to the smaller time frames, and then we'll take a look at Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, the Dow Jones, gold, silver, and the DXY. Like I said, this is going to be a real quick run through, so pay attention. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel for daily updates. Smash that thumbs up and leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think of the video after watching it. All right, so anyways, I've added this orange trend line in here also. You guys know all the other trend lines we've had on this Bitcoin to Amazon comparison. I've added in the orange line. I posted that on Twitter. You can follow me at Twitter. It's at CryptoSavvy1. Check it out. But this does seem to be all playing out still identically. But the weekly is going to be key here. We've been talking about this weekly getting a close again below the 55 EMA, which would also put us below this trend line that we've been watching. Remember, we can still pump here. The 13 EMA is right around 44.9, and the 21 EMA is lying right at 46.3. So those are the areas to watch if we're going to get one more leg up before the dump. And of course, if that becomes support, then we'd be looking up towards the 52 area. But as of right now, I would be very, very careful right here. Also, keep an eye on this weekly. We need to see where this weekly closes. If it closes above this trend line, then we can possibly get more bullish and look for the $50,000 range. But this is going to be extremely important. Remember, the RSI follows the body of the candle, not the wick. So it can be up here now, but then sink down below and still close below. So keep an eye out for that. Also, this is our 1 day time frame. This was the rising broadening wedge that we'd been watching forever. The measured move of that is around 23.3, right down in the mid to lower 20s. I still think there's a damn good possibility we get down here. Also going to show you this 46.8, which is the 0.382 fib, which also lines up with the 200 EMA. Now, a lot of people are looking at this as a inverse head and shoulders. The problem with it is everybody's looking at it as that. So we may get a fake out above that, but I do think it will be nothing more than a fake out. The measured move of this, if it does break up and out, and in fact it is an inverse head and shoulders, the measured move of that would be approximately 58.5, right in that range, which is confluent with these areas up here. Either way, even if we did get up there, I think that would just be more bearish. That would be making this a big one wave, and then we'd have a two, or this would be a 2 wave and then a big 3 down. But we'll be keeping an eye on that. Like I said, I expect a rejection here if we even get up there to the 46.8 range. Maybe a quick spike above to get everybody bullish and then dump on them. So be cautious, be careful. Everybody is watching this. Our RSI will be still making some. It could get all the way up in here. Could break this high on the RSI. It's still going to be making massive bearish divergence there, hidden bearish divergence. It is a downtrend. Hidden divergence is a continuation of the trend. Be careful, guys. I know everybody's getting really bullish here. Not a good idea, in my opinion. If you guys are interested in trading, before we go on to the smaller time frames, definitely check out Prime XBT, by far the best exchange for trading crypto. You can even trade Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, everything from one exchange. You can have multiple trades in. They don't make you clump them all together like the scammy exchanges. Definitely check them out if you haven't already. I do have a tutorial right here on my YouTube page. There's also some other free tutorials for you to check out, but you can use my promo code SAVVY50. That'll get you 50% on top of whatever, or I'm sorry, that changed. That will get you up to a $7,000 bonus. Plus, you can use Savvy25 also and get you a 25% off of your trading fees, which is very helpful if you're trading. Also, one more thing I wanted to mention, if you are new to trading, or even if you're not and you want to get used to the platform, just go up to the contest section. It's totally free. You get free money to start getting in the contest. You can actually win tradable money in the contest and get familiar with the exchange without any risk there. So definitely check them out. Let's look at the 4-hour. So this looks kind of familiar. Looks a lot like this rising broadening wedge here, right? But this one's in the 4-hour. And you can notice over, if we go back to the 1 hour, we did break this high, but we never came up and touched the top again before coming down. So be aware of that as a major possibility. That would probably put us up to that $46,800 to $47,000 range if we do get that pump up here. But this could roll back down, and if it does, we're going to be looking for support around this 43,000. If that breaks, next support is going to be this 200 EMA around 41.7, and then as we've been talking about, if we break this bottom trend line, guys, we could start looking for the mid to lower $30,000 level. And as of right now, like I said, this is a rising trend line, so it's, if it came straight down, would be around 40,400, but as it goes on, the longer it takes, the higher that gets. But once that breaks, I do think it will be very scary for the bulls and the so-called hodlers. A lot of new people call themselves hodlers. We'll see how they feel in a bear market, or when they actually realize we're in a bear market, because I do believe that's what we're in. Let's take a look at the Lux Algo indicator. So we had our sell signal here. If I turn this over to the sell signal that we were looking at, let's put it on sell real quick. I want to show you a couple more features, then we'll get into the Ethereum, Litecoin, and all of that. So it would have had our stop loss right up here. We would have got out right about break even where you would have got in, but then we had this sell signal here when we broke out of the cloud. And if we go over, we move it back over to sell, and there's a link down below, guys, you guys can check out with the Prime XBT link. There's also a Lux Algo indicator link. But if you go to the buy where it would tell you to switch, it would have put your take profit right here at about 43.6, your first one. And often if you're playing these in the first one, you would take out your initial investment. So basically you're in a free trade at that point, and your next take profit up here. But if it started looking like it's going to turn around, I would definitely suggest just getting out of the whole position. Keep an eye on breaking back through this cloud. Usually when it breaks up, it does come back down, and you can see here I have changed this bottom indicator. This is also a Lux indicator. It's got the changed it to the institutional activity, so you can see every time the activity, the institutions come in, it's right before it dumps more. You can see a big dump here after the institutional from right here, another big dump, and that doesn't mean it can't get up and get that one more little pump up that I'm talking about before it does. But you can see right here, same thing, right over here, same thing, and this is where we're at now. Looks like it is ready to come down, but you may get a quick spike up, bull trap, to get people in there. Another way to help support the channel is my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com. Link is also below. Definitely check it out. She's got a crypto section, pet section, all kinds of cool stuff in there, guys. At least give it a check. And let's look at Ethereum. So Ethereum, our main target off this rising wedge here is about 1850. If we are in a bear market, like I do believe is a very good possibility, we'll know by next week. That may change my mind if that weekly closes above that trend line. But as of right now, I'm still looking for the 1850. We talked about coming up here, bouncing around in between these two areas. For a long time, we've talked about this, and we are getting rejected on the 55 EMA right now. Probably come back down to this range. We could go as high as the 3325 or around 3300 again, which would be the top of this range before coming back down. So keep an eye on that. But we still have this major hidden bearish divergence right here on Ethereum. Same thing on Litecoin. We had 3 peaks here that were major bearish divergence. This one, I do not think it's totally played out yet. We're getting also rejected at the 55 EMA on the daily. A break below this 116, it's probably going to be a swift drop back down to the $100 range. As you guys know, if we are in the bear market, I'm looking for possibly low $20 for Litecoin. And for XRP, we are getting rejected up here. Same thing. We had the hidden bearish divergence right here. And our resistance level is about 87 to 88 cents here. Should be getting a rejection there, come back down. But remember, this is a bear market. It doesn't mean we go down to, you know, end the bear market in a couple days. I'm going to go back over here and show you what I talked about the last few times. Every time we get a pump here, it's going to make everyone bullish again. That's when people get real angry at the bears and start saying ha ha ha, and then it goes down again, and then they shut up, and then it goes up again, and then they start getting real loud. But as you can see, it just keeps making lower lows. That is a bear market. That is how a bear market works. I hope you're learning. If you are gonna stick around for this bear market, I hope you learned something. That's all I got to say. All right, so the Dow Jones, as you guys know, we've been watching this closely. Same thing, we had the hidden bearish divergence in that, got our big drop down here. We're not showing any bullish divergence here, so I expect one more drop this week, most likely back down into these $34,000 range. We'll be keeping an eye on this. Like I said, I'll pop up every few days. I'm going to go through all these ones. Gold, as you guys know, I was watching this rising broadening wedge. My big count in gold, I think we come down into the 1600, possibly lower range. This is turning out to be a rising broadening wedge here. The bottom of it being back down to this range, depending on if, when, and where it gets there. Let's see if it goes there in the next week or so. Which I don't think it's going to be that quick. Gold obviously moves a lot slower, but that'd get us down to the 1700 range. So that's something to be keeping an eye on. If we do break up above this top trend line, which is about 1850, and then get support, then possibly gold could get very bullish. That may be a good time to get in if it does, in fact, break up there. Silver, same thing. This chart is, I've had these charts, I think, for a year. I've been watching these same charts. So this is the major point to watch here, that 2484. If it gets back above that, then it's possibly, you know, along with gold, going to continue up from there. But so far, we just keep getting rejected in these areas. You know, I have a $20 target, and then if that breaks, 15.5. DXY on the daily. The DXY is, I showed you guys this major hidden bullish divergence. It did play out. We did get a bounce. I don't think this bounce is done yet. As you guys know, my targets are up here at 98.44. And this is the midterm targets. Long-term targets are much higher. We've talked about it plenty of times. I'll show you that in a minute. But as you can see, we do seem to be getting supported here on these EMAs. If we do break back below the 55 EMA, we could go as low as this 94.71 area, but I do believe that'll be a big bounce area. It will just create more hidden bullish divergence and bounce from there if we get down to them levels. 55 EMA is lying around the 95.76 area. Let's put this in the weekly and look at the long term, and you'll see what I mean. I've been bullish since down here on the dollar, on the DXY, and that's dollar measured against all other currencies, for those of you that don't know. And I am still bullish on it. Up here is my main target. I think of up here, if it gets up to this area, will be when you can consider the bottom on the bear market, which I do believe is going to be to the mid to end of 2023. So we'll see what happens. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to smash that like button, leave your comment down below. I also am on TikTok now. If you want to look for it, follow it. I tweeted it yesterday, and also put it in my Discord. There is a free Discord down below also for you guys to check out. Great community, bunch of fun people in there, and that's about it. I'm out, guys.